fashion, inside, hip hop culture. People know you heavy as, a sneakerhead. Do you consider yourself a sneakerhead?
I guess I have to get a true definition of what it means to consider myself.
Right.
I come from wanting to be fresh. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? When I was young, our heroes were the older dudes on the block. The older dudes, we just wanted to do what they did. So if you saw an older dude, you saw a 17-year-old dude on the block and he came through with a pretty girl, you tried to figure out how did he do that?
Right.
And the first thing you're looking at is, what is he wearing? If his sneakers are clean, his jeans look good, and he's wearing a good shirt, that good mock, that good knit, a good one little chain hanging over it with some gabardines on, but the shoes or the sneakers is right, you're going, that's it. So as a 9-year-old, which is ridiculous, I'm thinking, well, like, what can I do?
Right.
What can I do to do that?
Right.
So all it was for me was I just wanted my sneakers to look brand new, because I had a guy, we had 3 older guys on our block, Ishmael, Jonathan Pratt, and Rolando. Rolando's like my heart, you know what I'm saying? But like he was an older guy on the block that we looked up to. Him and Jonathan Pratt were like Jonathan Pratt and Ish were like the OGs.
What hood is this?
Crown Heights.
Crown Heights, all right, go ahead.
But they were the OGs,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing could happen on our block because my block had those 3 guys living on it. Like, you lived on that block, nothing happened to you. Everything could happen all around the block, every other outskirt block. But if you lived on that block, you lived on a block with 3 OGs of Crown Heights, nothing. It was impossible for something to happen to you. Talk all the shit you want. Walk off the block, can't happen because you're from Ishmael's block, you're from Pratt's block, you're from Rolando's block, so nothing's gonna happen. Jolly Stompers, leader of the Jolly Stompers lives on my block. Nothing's gonna happen. But we looked at them and was like, what was the deal? What was it about them? Sneakers always look brand new. Oh, I want my sneakers to look brand new. So it was just, I wanted to be fresh. I don't understand what the term means yet, because no one's really giving me a definitive answer, but I'm too old to have the term attached to me because I was doing it since I was 9. Right. And
so sneakerhead is more recent.
The only reason why you heard the term sneakerhead is because the guys who were keeping a whole bunch of sneakers weren't really saying they had a whole bunch of sneakers, because it almost seemed like weird to people. Like, if people used to come to my crib and go, yo, why you got like 1,000 pair of sneakers? Because I like my sneakers to look new.
Right.
And people would think it was weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude got 1,000 pair of sneakers in his house. Like, it's stupid. But then the internet happens. And as soon as the internet happens, you get way more and more information. When the information gets out that there are other people who do this, now you got to give it a term. Why can't it just be, I like to be fresh?
Got it.
That's it. Like, I just wanted to be fresh. So the term sneakerhead, I can't really say it. I can't really attach it to me the same way that another kid could attach it to them, but I'm not a kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I really do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And like, been doing it.
Yo, like, way been doing
before
it.
there was even a term.
Yeah,
for
it was, when I was doing it, it was weird. Like, yo, why are you doing that?
Okay.
So, am I known in the sneaker world? Yeah. I mean, but I hope I'm known more because I really, really am real about it.
Okay,
instead of being a sneakerhead. There's kids out there, I guess, who would attach the name to themselves, but me, I just like shoes. And I like them to be clean. So like, this is like great for me because they're all brand new.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But once I wear them, if they get any dirt on them, I'm kind of like done with them.
Right.
Which is probably stupid, because you're supposed to wear sneakers to wear them. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I come from New York. And I was in clubs when I was 13, and it was the older dudes being as fresh as possible. Like, to me, that's what it was all about, being fresh. So I look at them and go, I gotta be fresh.
Period.
So that's all it was for me. It's about being fresh. That's why I believe in the term addicted to fresh. I'm addicted to fresh. Like, I gotta be fresh, like, all the time.
Got it. I was curious to know, let's talk just Jordans for a second. Your favorite J's out of the whole line?
3s, 4s, 5s, and 11s.
3s, 4s, 5s,
and 11s.
Any particular reason why? Just
look at the silhouette. It's perfect. It just looks perfect.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? And when you wear it with jeans, it looks perfect.
Right.
Jordan 4s look perfect.
Right.
Jordan 11s,
Everybody loves
That's like the tuxedo of all the Jordans. You know what I'm saying? And a 5. Come on, now when that reflective tongue hit the game, you
I was around.
When the reflective tongue hit the game, more people talked about the tongue of the shoe than they talked about anything. What, that flash on the tongue? The reflective tongue. That shit changed everything.
Wow. Okay. Outside
elephant print on a sneaker, Jordan 3, that changed everything.
Right.
You know what
it does.
So people always try to figure out, when I did Air Force One, my first Air Force One, why did I use elephant print? Why did I use reflective? Why did I use that neon yellow? Why did I do an Air Force One? Air Force One, my favorite shoe. Reflective, because of the Jordan 5. The elephant print, because of Jordan 3s. The neon, because of 95s. The nubuck, because I thought nubuck was a dope material. So when you look at the shoe, it's the shoe that culminates all the things that I thought was dope about shoes.
Period.
And it was my favorite shoe. White and white Air Force Ones are the best shoe in the world. So if I get to do a shoe, I'm gonna do Air Force One first. So that's why I did that.
Wow.
So when people are trying to figure it out, like, just think about it, like, listen for a moment, or look at it and just, you figure it out yourself. Reflective. Where was the first reflective? Jordan 5s. Or let me say this, the first reflective that made noise was Jordan 5.
Got it.
The first elephant print was a Jordan 3. We went nuts when we saw that.
Got it. Wow, I didn't realize. Now let's take it to another line in the Nike world. How do you feel about the LeBron design, and do you have a favorite pair or version?
Favorite LeBrons. First of all, I want to say this. The LeBron line was good. And then the 7 came. It was almost like you got a shelf full of good shoes.
Yeah.
And you got some shit that's on the roof. Like the 7 just was on the roof.
Right.
Like, and all the other shoes were down here chilling. And the 7 was on the roof.
Got it.
Like, now this is what y'all gotta do. You gotta match with what's on the roof.
Right.
So yeah, you carried him for a good long time, and then the 7s came, and it was just like, oh shit, we can't carry him no more. We gotta make him the king, because he's it.
You're right.
Now you gotta really do right by him.
That's right.
Before, when he was 1 through 6, you gotta think Kobe was still there, big. Kobe was still there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, that's who you try. Oh no, now you at the 7. Yeah, you there now, man.
Got it.
Basketball is an American. In America, it's one of the biggest things, and then it's spilled over into other countries. So internationally, basketball works in other countries, but it's biggest here.
Right.
In other countries, like if you go to South America, nothing's bigger than soccer. You know what I'm saying? Or should I say football?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in Europe, like, running is crazy.
Okay.
So you'll go over there and see Jordan sit on the shelves, but every running shoe will be gone. So running shoes go crazy in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when people over here struggling to buy Jordans, and they're like going to the lineups and, oh man, I didn't get this, and then they're mad. I'm like, I'm making the call to London or to somewhere in France or somewhere saying, I need those Jordan 3s, I need those Jordan 5s, I need those, and getting them easily, because they're not going crazy for Jordans like they are over here. But Jordan's an American superhero.
Right.
Those guys run. So running sneakers blow out.
That's right. Wow, interesting. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. But now you got a place like Japan. Japan, almost practically everything works in other places, because they haven't really built their own, we have this, we're going to do this identity. What they have an identity for is craftsmanship. You know what I'm saying? So they make the best denim. They make the best of whatever they're deciding they're gonna make.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So they do it properly. Think about how you can look at Honda's. Honda's are a Japanese company. Honda's Japanese.
Okay.
They make the cars that people say last the longest. Because when they go to make something, they're gonna go super hard at it.
Right.
So if you ask people who are really into denim, what's the best denim, they're gonna say Japanese selvage denim.
Wow. Okay.
Because they go so hard. Like, they'll go back and get the original looms that the first pair of Levi's was made from, cast it over and make it again, and then make one pair of jeans a day off of the shit and sell them for like $700-800. Like, they're that type of people, which I can truly love and respect. Like, they have more respect for hip hop than we do. because we own hip hop. It's a part of our everyday life. So they look at it like it's an amazing thing that happened in America. You know what I'm saying? So they respect it differently than we do. We don't cultivate it properly.
Right.
They cultivate our culture. Rappers do the music that's connected to hip hop.
Okay.
So they utilize rappers and rap music. You know what I'm saying? They utilize the entertainment section of our culture.
Right.
If they utilize the whole culture, they would have to deal with so much more,
DJ,
which they
dancing.
don't want to do. Because dealing with our culture means that you're gonna owe a lot more. You deal with a rapper, or you deal with an artist, or you deal with the music, you can go make your own music. Go get a cheap rapper and say, yo, just do this. Make a rap commercial. No one has to see who you are. Until you start attaching the actual artist, and then you have to pay the bucks for the artist.
Well, that's interesting. We never heard it really put like that. If you engaged in the whole culture, the price tag is going to go up.
It's going to be insane, because then you have to have an incredible responsibility to the whole culture instead of just the music. The music is the entertainment.
Right.
So when it comes to entertainment, we as entertainers, and I'm saying we, but I'm saying it very lightly because I don't consider myself a part of that thing. But we as the entertainment in hip hop don't take care of it. So if we did take care of it, then we wouldn't hear so much junk rap. So much bullshit that happens within the music itself wouldn't happen if we took care of our music better.
Okay.
You know,
let's build on that.
I mean, think about this. The other day, somebody had a headline that said hip hop is ran by a white girl from Australia.
I saw that. Iggy Azalea was an article about Iggy Azalea, and that was the title of the article.
Yeah. The thing is, for what they were trying to write, I kind of understood, but the statement was just horrible. The statement was horrible. Like, that should sound crazy to every rapper who comes from the cornerstone of what we do.
Right.
They should be trying to assassinate that. But they should be trying to assassinate the publication and not the artist, because Iggy is only doing music that she connected to. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know her history from before she made her big records, she was rapping. She was trying to be a rapper. So you can't fault the fact that something happened and she made a hit record or whatever, and now people are noticing her that way. That's called marketing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But how many kids do you see that look at it and go, oh, I want to do that? Like, once something really, really works and it attaches itself to you with a feeling, you actually probably will try to want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people who make films, a film made them want to make a film. You know what I'm saying? So you can't attack her. You got to attack the guy who wrote that, going, you have no respect for the culture.
Now, this is my question. A person comes out of the culture, right? We know that hip hop music is a huge rap, right? Because it don't have to be hip hop music, right? It could be some 1, 2, 3.
Hip hop music isn't only rap. The rap music is a representation of hip hop music.
Right.
Think about what you guys think about what they built rap off of. They built rap off of cutting up records to make breaks that they rapped off of.
So let's say rap music.
Too many people don't know how to express themselves properly about this thing that we built, so you don't get a true story and a true definition. So there's kids walking around talking about this thing like idiots. They talk about rap like it's hip hop. Rap is not hip hop. Rap is the music that's a representation of the hip hop culture. So it is a thing that's in hip hop, but it is not the whole culture.
That's what's up.
So I would never say I listen to hip hop music. I say I listen to rap music. I say I listen to breaks. I say I'll cut up some breaks to create rap music, or, you know.
No, I understand where you're coming from.
Cutting up breaks is a direct correlation of the music that we make in hip hop.
That's right. How does a person coming out of the culture, like in a similar situation, maybe they have legs in the culture, they have credibility in the music industry, how do they go about positioning themselves to create a partnership with a major, let's say, apparel company or other corporation that has their eye on this target market, on this phenomenon?
If you are of the thing, like, so say you're like a major rapper,
right?
You shouldn't approach anybody. You should let them approach you, because if they approach you, you have a different leverage. If you're going to ask them, it's almost like you're trying to make something happen for yourself. You're not supposed to ask them. They're supposed to see your relevance and come to you, because if you go to them, you're trying to create your relevance. Forget creating your relevance. You know what I'm saying? Be a big enough star that they want you. That's the problem with so many people today. They're going to these brands, chasing these brands. These brands are going, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for you lately for me to say, I'm going to put this paper behind you? It's easy to say, I would love to work with Jay-Z, because Jay-Z has shifted the culture so much that you just never know what he can do for you. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to look at Beyonce and go, oh, I need to be working with her. I need to be working with, in the early 90s, Snoop Dogg. I need to be working with early 90s Nas. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you are continuously moving the needle, i.e. Kanye, you should be chasing that motherfucker as a company. But you shouldn't be going to those companies going, hey, can we do this? Nah, you can't do this, because what have you done for me lately?
Let me ask you this, being on that side of the world as well, and you know, I got a little legs there too, and I've heard this often over the past 20 years of dealing in corporate America. I hear this statement a lot. Once people find out that I'm involved in the culture, they'll say, yeah, because, you know, it changes up things, different things you do, right? And people will say, well, yeah, we're interested in aligning our product, you know, with this particular artist. But how do we know we don't wake up in the morning and the headline is artist X has beat someone up or done this, that, and the third? Do you run into that? Do you run into that concern from the corporate sector about backing rappers or rap music?
I think I'm older, so I think differently.
Okay.
I think if I'm in that seat, I'm concerned with any entertainer. And the reason why is because as soon as an entertainer gets any kind of feeling of fame or success, it's almost like inherently they feel untouchable. So they feel like they can do crazy shit. See, the thing is that they look at rap, because it was such a rebellious music, like it's doing something that's different than rock and roll artists did. Like, you don't think rock and roll artists overdosed?
Right.
You don't think they had underage girls in hotels doing all kinds of crazy shit?
Right.
No, rap looks like the tough street shit. So because it looks like the tough street shit, anything that happens remotely negative to it, it's the worst shit in the world. But did anybody say anything about all of those roadies, those little girls that were going on the tours and getting banged by a whole bunch of rock artists all these years? Nope, they didn't. Did they call that rape? Nope, they didn't.
Interesting.
I was here before the term hip hop.
Right.
I was DJ Clark Kent before the term.
Right.
So when the term came, it was already something that we understand that.
And then, like you said, the whole part of our culture about staying fresh.
Yeah.
It wasn't about a sneakerhead per se or whatever.
It was about having the gabardines that matched the Kango, that matched the knit. Like, yeah, the shit that we were wearing when we were kids, like kids, was shit that grown men was wearing. Gabardines with pleats on the side. A kid wearing that made no sense. That was grown man shit. Like grown Italian men, mobster type dudes wearing gabardines. Why are young black kids in urban neighborhoods wearing gabardines and Britishers? Britishers were old man shoes, old Italian man shoes. They didn't sell them shits in the hood until after Florsheim blew up selling them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After the spots on Church Church Street downtown blew up selling Britishers and Playboys. Niggas, they weren't called British Walkers. They were called Britishers. They weren't called Playboys. They were called players. Like, if anybody... I know too much about this thing, man.
Nah,
I was always on my being fresh shit. Like, see, like, this is not new to me.
Right.
So when I hear people, I had the British Walkers, dog, they weren't called British Walkers, babe.
The fact that you calling them British Walkers, you wasn't there in the beginning.
When you saying you had a straddler, you ain't had no straddler. You had a straddle jack. You don't know what you talking about, B. These dudes didn't understand quarterfills. They didn't understand real sheepskins. They didn't understand that. They don't. This thing that I'm built off of, these niggas don't understand that shit. They don't understand how important the champion sweatshirt was.
Right.
They didn't understand that. The one with the little C, was, oh, I hear you. But the one that said champion stitched in across the chest, color on color, the same, the black on black, the blue on blue, that was, oh, you got a little more cake than everybody else. They didn't understand that. They don't understand that.
Right, right.
They don't know what that shit's about. Like I am that shit, B. They didn't understand that when somebody was going to KP Con buying the $9 sweats, yeah, you were accepted, but you really wanted champions. They didn't understand that I'm wearing felines that you could only get from one store in New York City, but you clowning, you going, the fuck are those? I'm going, oh, they're called felines. And then when you find out that they cost double what you was wearing, it's a totally different experience. Then it's like, oh, I gotta find those. Where can I find it? It's only one store that sells them, but you wouldn't know because you clowned them. I'm about that. Right. You know what I'm saying? So the shit that these kids are doing now.
I was gonna ask you, when you see the fashions that you see on the streets every day to day, what comes to mind?
What comes to mind is it really fresh? Can you wear it 10 years from now when somebody go, that's nice? You got it. To me, if you can't wear it in 10 years, it ain't that fresh. It's a fad. It's a fad. It ain't like fashion is one thing, but being fresh is some other shit. Fresh can last for 20 years. I'm telling you, if I pull out a champion from back in the days, kids are gonna be like, where did you get that one from?
I'm gonna say that, like, I need to get another champion.
Yo, listen, my man came into a party I was playing the other day.
Yeah.
And he had a straddle jack on. And I was just like, y'all was fucked up for the rest of the night. Like, it was right when I was finished DJing, he made himself apparent to me. He was like, yo, Clive, you not been here all night? And I was just like, you been here all night in a straddle jack, dog? I was like, yo, I'm out. I couldn't even fuck with him. But he understood what that thing meant to us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's from it. You know, he's of it. So he had his straddle on. And I was just like, you could fit it, B? You could fit your straddle jack still? He came in that club. Everybody was like, where you get that jacket? Where you get that jacket? Where you get that? And I thought to myself, I'm not crazy when I say fresh is forever.
Right.
Fresh is forever.
Right.
That shit is... Fly is some shit that niggas would be for like 2 months. And then they're looking for something else to be fly in. That's why every single person I know at least has one piece of polo clothes. One piece of Ralph Lauren, because the shit lasts forever.
Right.
You can wear that in 20 years and be like, yeah, I feel fresh.
Period. Period. I could dig it. I could dig that. I could dig that. What else you got?